So, you recently did this interview, which I was enthralled with, I gotta say. And I know it was your first interview in a really long time, so that kind of makes it special. And I'm talking about one you did was with a channel called AudioVein Entertainment, something like that.
Please link it. You know,
I did, and I did. I linked it in the last Everything You Love as well, telling people that you were going to be coming on soon. We had finally set something up. Everyone's excited. People have been asking for this for a really long time, so I'm glad to finally make it happen. But man, that chat you did, was that one of your buddies or something, or where did that take place?
Yeah, so it was this guy Marcus I met through a photographer friend. Her name is Casey in town. She shoots all like the metal shows, and I think my girlfriend Nikki introduced me to her. And I actually remember going to a few random Vegas shows, and one of them, I guess I walked past that Marcus guy, and he was like super excited to meet me. And because I'm so far removed from the band, I'm always just like, why? You know, even though like I know because you like Chimaira, but I'm always like, I'm just a dude, you know. And I ran into him a few times, and then actually I think it was like the Limp Bizkit show this year. I went to, they played like the Virgin Theater or whatever, and I wanted to check it out. It's actually a pretty entertaining show. And he was there and asked if I could do it, and I was like, yeah, why not? And we ended up just meeting in like a park and just like parking in my car or sitting in my car, and yeah, it was like a conversation. I expected it to be like a formal interview, but he just kind of said, hey, what do you think about what happened here? And he just let me blab, you know?
Yeah.
And it was very all over the place, you know, like not like a linear thing where, you know, you're structuring this, but I think the result was cool, you know?
It totally was. I've listened to it twice now because I enjoyed it so much. I really liked hearing your perspective on, especially just like the early days, stuff that I never thought of, or hearing you say it, I'd be like, oh, huh. First of all, whether it's something I didn't remember, or I'm like, yeah, you know, or like, oh, he thought about it like that. That's how I feel like I was in a different lane in a lot of the thinking of certain things, and to hear, oh, whoa, that's how he thought about that,
For sure.
And that made up a lot of the beauty of how we worked in our chemistry as well, because there were guys covering so many different angles, you know.
Yeah, I realized as well what others were going through at the time and what their concerns were. And when you're younger, you know, especially in a band, a lot of people are always worried about their contribution and like how they sound and how they are in the mix and all that. You get kind of lost in that, not the big picture. And you know, I've probably fallen victim to that a few times. But yeah, with that interview, it was just one of those things where that's the first time I actually just opened up about how, you know, I didn't feel like I belonged half the time, at least the first half of the career. I enjoyed it, you know, it wasn't like I was mopey the whole time, but it was always just a thing where I felt inferior, you know. It took me a while to even feel comfortable, you know.
Well, you were figuring out your role.
Totally.
Not only as a band member, but just as a musician in kind of an unorthodox, newer type position in bands.
For sure.